Wish!
Well, today is November 2nd, 2010, Election Day. I hope you all got out to vote.
Yeah,
I'm
feeling peachy.
It was a very, very important election today, so we'll be glued to the TV after we stop recording today to see what the results are. So we'll get right into our topic for today, our first topic. Speaking of political stuff, in Arkansas, Clint McCants, the school board member who had some pretty harsh things to say about gay youth.
Well, he's resigning. So I would like to take toast
to his resignation.
Now, for the ones that don't know who we're talking about, this is a young man that was a part of the school board, and he went on his Facebook page and he posted all kind of negative things about, gays. We had Gay Day and everybody was wearing purple and everything was all purple. And he said, one of the things that he said was, how dare they expect me to put on purple just because a couple of queers decide to kill themselves. I'm not going to wear purple until all of them kill themselves.
And that's what the purple was for. It was in honor or commemoration of the five teens who had committed suicide recently, and people were asked to wear purple. And this is when he made the comments saying that all gay youth should commit suicide.
No, not all gay youth. All gay. Period.
And if they did, then he would wear purple.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing purple until every
gay person
killed themselves.
Wow.
A whole lot of, go on there, just Google his name and you could read his whole statement, what he said, he
made a point. He started off talking about because gays couldn't procreate and different things of that nature. But
yeah, and he went on to say that if his kids came up to him and told him that they were gay, he would disown them and all this kind of stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, go on there and read what he said. And then, they couldn't fire him because he was on the school board and he was elected. So
they had a rally, correct?
To
protest to try to force him to resign. And you said that he has now decided to resign?
I have a problem with his whole comment. In fact, even in regards to his child, in regards to he would put them out. Gay people don't have children. Gays not having children. Straight people having children that are gay. So we are not reproducing gay. You are. Yeah.
So it's partially his fault.
Yeah, it's your fault.
And probably because of that hatred and that anger that you have towards gay people, you may be blessed with a gay child. They just haven't came out to you yet just because they know
Notice you said
about who they are. Blessed to have a gay child, but they haven't came out because they know your true feeling towards gay people.
And I'm from Arkansas and I'm gay, but all Arkansans are like Clint McCain.
And his name is Clint McCants. That's McCance, in case you want to Google and read the article for yourself. It was very nasty. And what a horrific thing to say. I mean, I can't believe that somebody would say that in a position of power, especially, and say it, publicly. Now, if you have your views, and who's to say whatever, but to actually say something like that publicly, I mean, that's some nerve.
And then to be in contact with your children, with people's children.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be put in a position.
Now, what is his actual position? Did this say?
He was on the school board.
On the school board, but
yeah, they said on the school board. But when they went to find, the word came out that he had posted stuff on his Facebook, and they went to talk to him. The reporters went to talk to him. See what was on his mind. And everything. They couldn't find him. Guess where he was?
Just like a punk. Hide. And I ain't talking about gay. You don't have to be gay to be a punk.
He was hiding over his parents' house. And his dad, they couldn't get in contact with him, but his dad did talk to the reporters. They were like, I don't know what he said, and I ain't read nothing, and I just been hearing about it. Y'all tell me about it, but I ain't read. But I do know that, as an American citizen, he has a right to voice his opinion, right?
And then he went in the back and put on his white hat and shirt.
But anyway, the good news out of all of this is because everybody protested, he is no longer on the school board.
Yeah, that's.
But he is running again.
Yeah, and when I saw that in the article too, again, I thought the nerve of him to think that he's going to run again and somebody's actually going to elect him back to.
I mean, look at what happened to the guy. What's the DA in what's American Valley? Did you see that?
No.
Really? About this task force, he would always target. Yes, true story. They would always. It's in Texas. They would always target black low income areas,
Oh, yeah.
and do the raids and things, and like to get a certain amount of people convicted so they can get the funding that they needed for that area. You get what I'm saying? But they will falsely accuse and arrest people, causing the older people to lose their Social Security and everything else because you couldn't have been convicted. So to get a plea, they would just sign out on it. He was reelected.
And then remember, I don't know if it was Louisiana or Mississippi. Recently there was a former KKK member. He ran for office.
I think I do remember.
Yeah, and he won.
And he won.
So
even more to the fact how important this election today was, so I hope everyone went out and did their part. And to keep up with elections and do your part in voting is especially the times that we're in now, I think we're in a very crucial time.
And especially the black gay community, they need to get out and vote, because we don't, when it comes to voting, we only want to go and vote in the big elections, like for president or for governor or something like that. But every election is a very important election, because now it's like the Democrats have control of the House, the Senate, and all that, and we have a Democratic president. So what happens is people just think, well, we got a Democratic president, so we're all right. But he needs people that are going to work with him, to support his plans and try to get all his initiatives pushed through, because he needs their votes. He can't just go because he's the president and say, I'm the president, so this is what we're going to do, and that's it. No, he has to have the people over in Congress and senators, that are going to be working with him and not against him, and not filibustering all those things that the Republicans are doing just to hold off the vote.
Right, and it's no secret, I think, that there are plenty of people against our current president right now. So much to the importance of getting out to vote, to keep the houses, on the Democratic side.
And we need to start marching and stuff, just like they did to get this man off, school board.
Yes.
We need to start protesting.
Yeah, that was great. Job well done. Job well done. On a side note, we are actually starting to, I think, take text messages to our phones during our live tapings, and we may be at some point during our episodes and Facebook reading questions from people that come in. So for those of you who do have our separate personal cell phone numbers, please feel free to send text messages. I ask that you do put your name, because we would like to say who it is and where you're asking this question from, and the same thing on Facebook.
My eye is running. I don't know why my eye is running, but anyway. I just wanted to throw that out there in case you're looking and you see me. What is Sophia doing? My eyes watering. It's a lot of water. I don't know. But anyway, we have a Facebook page now, The Dish. So make sure you log on our Facebook page and become on our fan. And you can post your questions there as well. And like Jason said, you can send us text messages and emails and everything. And we're going to start answering your questions while we're live on the air. Yeah.
And to start it off, I just got a text. And since we're having political talks right now, I think this question is perfect. And they're not even watching it right now because we're not streaming live, so he must be psychic.
But they are from Houston. This is a text from Houston, Texas.
Yes, you have the same one.
I have the same
from
one.
Cedric.
Well, yes.
Was I not supposed to say?
I wasn't going to say.
I said I was going to say the name, and we talked about this.
Yes.
Go ahead and read the text, Mario.
The text says, do you think Obama will put gay marriages or gay rights back on his agenda now that he has dealt with other matters? This is something he spoke about on his campaign. Thank you, Cedric.
Thanks, Cedric. In Houston.
Well, I don't know how you feel, but I feel that, as a gay male, we have to also understand that Obama is not the gay president. He is the president for everybody of the United States of America, and he has never taken it off of his agenda. The gay agenda is still pretty much a part of Obama's plan, but like we were talking about earlier, he cannot do it by himself. So he has to have the senators and the congressmen there to help him get those bills passed. So yes, he hasn't turned his back on the gay initiative. He's still right there with us.
And I would have to agree with that. I mean, it's only been 2 years.
Right.
And you can't do everything within 2 years, So I say let's give him the opportunity to see, what he's going to do. And I think it's definitely important. And I don't see him not holding up to his promises and doing what he can. He's already got the trying to appeal the don't ask, don't tell, which is a gay rights issue
and
in
also,
the military.
recently an article came out, there was an article that came out that, Obama has appointed more gay administrative positions, he filled more administrative positions with gay people than in the history of any other presidency. So how can he not keep his promise to the gay community? Because he have us in his cabinet. Although we're not, all in front of the camera and everything, there was an article recently posted that Obama has appointed more gay administrative, people in his cabinet than
I think they brought that up
as
to be a flaw, though, because I don't think them being gay had anything to do with their appointment. I think their qualification. I'm just saying, but when people bring that out in the media, then I think that's a way of bringing it out to make it seem as though, to shatter his image or bring.
Right, but I get what you're saying. But no, I read the article. And the article, it wasn't done in that. It was very tastefully done, and it was done, because everybody was saying, don't ask, don't tell. He's not signing off on that. Don't ask, don't tell, because he's trying to get it where they have to change it, where you can't go back and just change it once he's out of office as president. So he wants it to be something that's permanent. It's not something that the next administration after him can come back and change. So, but to the average person that don't, keep up with all what's going on with the whole initiative when it comes to don't ask, don't tell, they'll think, oh, Obama's against don't ask, don't tell, without reading the whole thing. So it's just like, no, he's trying to fix it where when he say don't ask, don't tell, it can't even come up again. In 20 years from now, 30 years from now, it's permanent.
I think he's being very smart in what he's doing and how he's doing it. And like I said, I think he's shown his sensitivity toward our community, the gay community.
I think to all communities.
Yeah, to all communities. One other thing that I would like to say on this gay marriage thing is that because this conversation came up as it relates to gay marriage and whether or not it should be called gay marriage, whether or not it should be called civil union, or what exactly it should be called. I know for myself personally, I would have it to just be called marriage. Yeah, I don't want to see any separation in it at all, because I feel that by putting giving it another name, that's just a way to, again, discredit what it is, as opposed to just calling it all marriage.
Marriage, union,
I think it just depends on the people, who it is, what they want to call it.
I think it should be given a different name.
Why?
Because the union of marriage, that's man and woman. So I can't see it being called marriage
Well, I think we would probably need to, because the word marriage isn't necessarily woman and man. There could be a marriage of, ideas. There could be a marriage of many different things. So I think the definition of the word marriage, you may need to.
But I think it's not only her. It's a lot of people that feels just like her. It's just like when you talk about marriage. Marriage to them biblically is where they're coming from when they say that it's between a man and a woman. However, with everything else, biblically, we ride in cars and we don't have a problem because biblically they didn't have cars back then, but we adjusted to that.
Right.
And biblically, we were slaves, but we have adjusted to freedom. So it's just like biblically, so to say, Eddie Long had some verses to tell the boys that what they doing were, they were right. To do what they do.
And with that, you can use things in the Bible to justify or discredit just about anything in the world that you want to. I think that for marriage, it is not necessarily the constitution of marriage as we know it today is a government thing. It really has very little to do with the Bible. So with that being said, why shouldn't two men be able to get married or two women be able to get married if it's a governmental thing? Which is
just like I say, we're all human. So to me, it's just like we already have laws in place for marriage, and marriage is between two people. And whether it's two men, two women, a man and a woman, it's
all the same.
So it's just like we have modern families now. We've adjusted to the modern families. We've adjusted to the modern marriages. We have to, but a lot of people feel like you feel.
I'm gonna have to look up the word marriage.
Maybe we'll do that in the meantime. So thank you so much. We're gonna take a short break, and we'll be right back.